Imagine this. It's evening, the city is glowing with lights, and you're walking down the street when you see a couple. He's looking at her as if she's his North Star, his compass. And she is like a little light in the night, soft, warm, mysterious. Have you ever caught yourself wondering, what is it about her that makes his gaze drink her in like a thirsty man drinks water? Recently, a client shared with me, her ex, even 5 years after their breakup, still writes to her, even though he already has a family and children. Why are some women forgotten like a dream, while others are carefully kept in the soul like a rare treasure? In psychology, there's a concept called an emotional imprint. It's like the scent of perfume that suddenly flares up in your memory, and you are instantly transported to the past. Men, just like women, don't remember words. They remember the feelings you gave them. When a woman touches a man's soul, she leaves a mark deeper than any appearance ever could. Today I'll explain exactly how this happens and why, even after years, a man might remember you as if you were his unfulfilled dream. Type 1. The mysterious woman is like a lake in the fog. You can only see the surface, but you sense the secrets hidden in its depths. She doesn't play games, she doesn't pretend. She simply has her own inner world, one a man wants to glimpse, but he can't just barge in without an invitation. In psychology, there's a concept called the Zeigarnik effect. We remember unfinished things more strongly, those that require a solution. A man who meets such a woman keeps coming back to her image again and again, like a favorite book where you can always find a new chapter. Here's the story of my client Eleanor, 48 years old. She didn't reveal everything about herself right away. She had her own evenings for reading, moments alone with her thoughts, hobbies that the man discovered gradually. Andre said, "She's like an iceberg. I only see the tip, but there's a whole world beneath the surface." One day, he accidentally found out that Eleanor writes poetry and later that she speaks Italian. Each time it was a discovery. Leave room for mystery. Let there be something that's just yours, a hobby, a dream, a little secret. Let the man feel that you are a whole world, impossible to know in just one evening. Type 2. A woman who believes in a man is like a warm hearth in a cold house. Next to her, a man feels like a hero, even if the whole world is against him. She sees in him not only who he is now, but also who he can become, like a sculptor sees a statue in a block of marble. This works thanks to the Pygmalion effect. When someone believes in us, we really do start to grow. For a man, a woman's support is like water for a plant. Without it, he withers. With it, he blossoms. Marina's story. The woman is 50 years old. After being laid off, her husband was like a tree after a storm, broken, lost. She didn't reproach him or push him forward. She simply said, "I believe you'll succeed. You can do it. You'll figure something out." She cooked his favorite borscht, listened to him, hugged him. 6 months later, he started his own business and admitted, "You were my sunshine in the darkest winter of my life. Without your faith, I wouldn't have made it." Support a man not with criticism but with faith. Sometimes a simple "I believe in you" gives a man the strength to achieve great things. To be honest, being that kind of woman isn't easy. If you've spent 20 years living differently, criticizing, rescuing, sacrificing yourself, it's hard for your mind to adjust. That's normal. We're all learning. And sometimes you need support so you don't fall back into old patterns. Type 3. A woman with inner worth, like a precious gem. It's impossible not to notice her, but it's also impossible to win her over unless you cherish her. She doesn't lose herself in a man, doesn't lose herself in a relationship. She is her own person, whole and strong. This is what psychologists call healthy boundaries. A man feels that with her, he doesn't lose his freedom. On the contrary, he's inspired by her independence. Such a woman isn't afraid to be alone, because she knows she's not a half, but a whole. A story from practice. A few days after our session, 2 or 3 days, one of my clients wrote to me, "I stopped canceling my plans for a man. I started focusing on myself, and suddenly he began to show interest, care, and started to fear losing me." Women like this don't make scenes and they don't beg someone to stay. They simply live, grow, and a man senses this on an intuitive level. Don't sacrifice yourself for a relationship. Grow, value yourself, and don't be afraid to be yourself. If it's hard for you, that's normal. After all, if you've spent 20 years putting others' interests above your own, your mind will resist change. Let's be honest with each other. Becoming a mystery, a support, and a value is not easy, especially if for many years you live differently, sacrificing yourself, being afraid of not being perfect, dissolving in your partner. You are not alone in this situation. Every woman who decides to change her life faces inner resistance. This is absolutely normal. Imagine, it's as if you're standing on the threshold of a new home, and behind you is your old familiar apartment. Everything there is known, but it no longer brings you joy. It's scary to take a step forward, but it is precisely this step that opens up new horizons. Our psyche protects us from change because change means the unknown, danger. But it is in this unknown that a new you is born, confident, feminine, radiant. Sometimes all it takes is to reach out for support, and the path becomes easier. I work with women who are tired of living by old patterns and want to learn how to be themselves, to build harmonious relationships without losing their individuality. In our consultations, we don't just discuss theory, we address your real-life situations, your fears, your blocks. Together, we find that very key that opens the door to a new life. Time is our most valuable resource. Why waste years on self-doubt when, after just a few consultations, you can start building relationships in which you are happy? Don't be afraid to ask for help. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. Let's make our channel a place of women's strength and support. Share in the comments. What type of woman do you associate yourself with? Which role feels closest to you? Mystery, faith, value? Or maybe you're just at the beginning of your journey and don't know where to start yet. Tell us, what difficulties are you facing? What keeps you from being yourself, believing in a man, valuing yourself? Maybe you've spent many years living for others and now you don't know how to start living for yourself. Let's support each other. Write some words of encouragement to the girl whose comment resonates with you. Sometimes it's the warmth and attention from another woman that helps you not give up when you feel like quitting. If you feel ready for change but don't know how to start, come to me for a consultation. Together, we will look at your path, your fears, your strengths, and you'll see change is possible at any age. Remember this image. You are like a garden that blooms in spring, even if it was covered in snow all winter. Each of you has strength, beauty, and light within. Sometimes you just need to awaken it, to give yourself permission to be yourself. Men can sense this inner light, and the one who is worthy of you will definitely see and appreciate your uniqueness. Let every day be a step toward your true self, and let your story be an inspiration for other women. Like this video, if it resonated with you, share this video with your friends so that every woman knows she is not alone and she deserves happiness. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new analyses and inspiring stories.